Welcome to Subramani. This is a video which is meant for the viewer who is an investor and or for the advisor. It's a slightly tricky situation, and a client calls an advisor and says, I'm thinking of selling a real estate worth 2.5 crores, and I wish to invest this money in the same mid-cap mutual fund in which you have invested and which has done so well. Now, if somebody had called me and said, I want to do that, I would say, be my guest, do whatever you wish, but I don't think you should. And let me give you a little bit of the client's background. The client had started investing, or the reader had started investing sometime 3-4 years ago, and luckily she sat through the bad portion, which means the March 2020 she did not sell, and I have no reason to know why she did not sell. Maybe it had a lock-in and there was a withdrawal penalty. So whatever reasons, in last 3.5 years she has done well, and she is reasonably happy with the portfolio. Now, for me to say don't invest or invest, I have no skin in the game. I can just say whatever I want and get away with it. Now, she calls an advisor, and let's see how the advisor has to tackle this. She calls the advisor and says, look, I wish to sell this house for about 2.5 crores and make this investment. Well, it's very simple. So the advisor takes the discussion like this. He says, maybe it's a good time to be investing in equity by selling real estate. Can we meet and discuss? So they're meeting, and he says, I don't know whether it is a good time to be investing in a mid-cap fund by selling your real estate. So, and she says, but I thought you're supposed to know this, right? You're my advisor. Well, he does not really know this. He is an advisor, but he does not know whether you should be selling your real estate and putting. Let's get the facts clear. You have 30 lakhs in some couple of funds, where largely it's a mid-cap fund which has done well. You have some small money in a large-cap fund also, but it is your mid-cap fund which has given you better returns for whatever be the reasons. You have no clue of how the market will function 2-3 years, 5 years from now. The question that you are asking me is, will real estate go down and will equity go up? I can't answer both these questions, and to answer these questions in combination is almost impossible, because you think that the market has not done anything in real estate and therefore you should be selling real estate and putting money in equity. There are people who say because real estate has done nothing over the last few years, it has done in fact it has done very badly, it is time to remove money from equity and put it in real estate. I meet people with both schools of thought, so I really don't have a perfect answer for this. And then she goes on to say, but I'm not getting good yields, I'm not getting good returns, and last 3 months or 4 months it has been lying vacant. He says, I have no clue whether you should sell real estate. I have no clue whether you should be buying more equity funds at this stage, whether you have the capacity. And then she says, actually my relationship manager looked at my portfolio and said, instead of doing this STP from a liquid fund to a mid-cap fund or a large-cap fund, if you are directly put into those funds, instead of routing through this, you would have got approximately about 2 lakh rupees more than what you have currently got. Well, Mrs. or investor, what your bank RM is exhibiting is brilliant hindsight. I could have picked up a better fund for you. If you ask me today that 18 months back or 22 months back which fund you should have put, I have the last 22 months performance data. Maybe I would have put your money in some Russian commodity fund or a Brazilian commodity fund. I don't know, but there is no point in having hindsight, right? So that day, this was not a bad decision, and you have got a very good return compared to the 4-5% that you're getting in your bank deposits, and which you're paying tax on a yearly basis. This has postponed your tax, this has given you good returns, and what more do you want? Well, the problem is again of a trainer saying, or for me there is nothing at stake in that, but for the advisor it is very difficult, because the clients in most cases, whether they are businessmen or whether they are small investors, they make up their mind and the advisor just has to vet it. They'll come to the advisor saying, oh look, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, but they will ask in a way that it looks like they have not yet done it, or they have not yet made up their mind. So this woman had more or less, my guess was, I was telling the advisor that I think she's more or less made up her mind. So if you don't invest, somebody else is going to invest. Now this is not an excuse to missell, but very few clients really are willing to listen to the voice of reason. Is this a time to be investing in real estate or investing in equity? None of us have an answer. 3 years later, I'll tell you what a brilliant decision it was not to sell that real estate, because it has doubled in 3 years, whereas equity has done nothing over 3 years, because the equity was just pausing because of the breathlessness with which it was running. So next 3 years, if suppose the return in equity is something like 3%, and if in real estate, especially this particular real estate which she has, if it is 24%, that it would have doubled. Instead of 2.5 crores, she could get 5 crores for that, and her mutual funds may not have done anything or not done anything much. So what should she do? Maybe she should put more money in a liquid fund, maybe she should do more STP. That is what makes sense for her. So what exactly is the advice that one can give to such person? Is even when she comes online to ask me or ask somebody else, largely they have made up their mind. If they have made up their mind, then it's very difficult to say what you should do. Then the IFA's marketing technique, marketing takes up, and then he says, okay, put some money in the debt fund, put some money. No, I don't want to put money in debt fund. I want to put money only in the same mid-cap fund in which you put last time, and I don't want to do an STP. I want to do it on a one-time basis. I want to sell and I want to put 2.5 crores. Now is a greater challenge. Should you do asset allocation? Should you not do asset allocation? For somebody who thinks that mid-cap funds are going to give her 13, 14, 15% returns over the next 3 years CAGR, she's already made up her mind. It is almost impossible for the advisor to give an advice which is contrary. It is his job or her job to do that, but the temptation is when you go and give too much of gyan on such topics, some bank RM would go and have already put it in a mid-cap fund of her choice, and that's it. Thank you.